I'm not really sure why everybody's so amped up about the debate. In 2020, we watched Biden and Trump debate, and it was an embarrassment. 4 years later, we've seen what Biden has done. The border is open, drugs everywhere, money is tight for a lot of people. I mean, everything that he said in his speech, he's lied about. It's no different than years past. So why even bother with the debates, especially when it's coming from the mainstream media? We can just go online and check out what's going on, or we can just wake up and look around and see it ain't so good. But I like Vivek's energy here. He's not really putting a lot into the debate. This thing's over. You know what I mean? It's MAGA time. But let's hear what Vivek has to say. Because
Sources are telling CNN that the president has now been told by his advisors to shy away from talking too much about what he's done for the bulk of the last 3 years.
Joining us now is Vivek Ramaswamy, former 2024 presidential candidate. Vivek, it took 16 people to come up with this?
The reality is these people have been wielding Biden as their puppet for a very long time. They're going to play their puppet tomorrow night in one more way. The reality is President Trump is actually quite brave to step up for this debate in CNN on the other side's home turf in the middle of Atlanta with no live audience. It would have been the equivalent of Biden going to Alabama in front of 3,000 people hosted by Fox News. No way Joe Biden would have done that. So I think Donald Trump has already won the debate by showing up on the terms that Biden demanded and demonstrating to this country that he's really ready to not only lead this country, but unite this country in a way that Biden has failed miserably to do. And I think he's going to come across great tomorrow night.
And, you know, with Joe Biden, I mean, he has been in this this airplane where they keep the airplane, the hangar, I'm sorry, with all of these people going in and out with golf carts. I mean, it's like they're making a movie. What do you think they're doing in there with Joe Biden? I mean, he's the president. Doesn't he already know his job?
He walks funny.
Well, one can only speculate, but I do believe that the whole thing is somewhat of a concrete poem, Judge. It's actually a way in which this whole thing is a production, an artifice. You got Steven Spielberg designing it. It's designed with the effects of a movie studio, they say. Well, that's like this whole Potemkin village of the entire presidency. It is a projection of artifice. Bidenomics with one set of facts, the economic reality for Americans another. Claiming to do something about the southern border when we have the largest influx of illegal migration in the history of this country. So in a certain way, that debate preparation and the movie studio antics is a perfect encapsulation of the falsehood of this presidency in the first place. But the good news is I think the American people have been lied to before and they're prepared to see through it.
And, you know, the New York Times is going to be deploying 29 fact checkers to CNN's presidential debate between Biden and former President Trump on Thursday. Do you think this is a little much?
Fact check yourself, people.
Well, look, the reality is, I think it's perfectly reasonable to have progressive-leaning publications state their opinions. We're in a country where you have the freedom to speak after all. But the problem with institutions like the New York Times, or CNN for that matter, is that they pretend to be neutral institutions when in fact just purveying progressive political views. So I have no problem if you want to publish progressive political views, but just own it. Call your news page what it is. It is an opinion page. And the reality is these fact checks have been time and again proven wrong. Just look at the last election, the Hunter Biden laptop story. What happened to that? Proven to be true when they said it was false. The origin of COVID. They have not learned their lesson of humility. And the sad fact of the matter is that's why Americans distrust the mainstream media. And tomorrow's going to be a great night for them to hear directly from both candidates. And I expect President Trump to shine.
I do as well. But Vivek, a photographer, went viral on X after posting about Trump leaving Cleveland Hopkins Airport. He's theorized that he was there to ask someone to become his VP in person. And he said that it was you. In response to this?
Look, what I'll say is this. President Trump and I have had some great conversations about the future. He has not asked me to be his vice president, but whoever he asks, I think will have a great opportunity and an honor and a duty to serve this country, to advance that America First agenda, take it to the next level, to fix that southern border crisis, to grow the economy. And I believe to get those bureaucrats out of Washington, D.C., that's how you grow the economy. And you know what? The step-by-step process is first success tomorrow night, then win the election, then implement the agenda. I think that's how we're going to save this country.
All right, Vivek, we love you. Thanks so
Yo,
much for being with us tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey,
Away from talking too much.
Look. I bought this hoodie in February. The Republican presidential debates. Oh, he was a star. He was born. Skelly, tell him. Vivek, Trump, make Vivek. Make him the VP. I don't care about the points and you get people. Unleash that man right behind you for the next 5 months. That's it. Then we take it in 2028 because you got to go in 2028 and we put Vivek in there. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.